Over the past year or so, I've had a lot of questions about how I make the string pulled backgrounds in my collages that I've been working on. So this area here is done with this string pull technique, and then I've added collage and tangling on top of that. And in this one, this section here is the part that's the string pull, and then again it's been accented with collage pieces and tangling. So here's what you need to get started. It's a very simple process. You need some string, and in my particular case I find that DMC embroidery floss works really well, and I have lots of it on hand. I tried a cheaper variety at one point and it didn't absorb the ink properly, so you may need to experiment. I have a little pot of walnut ink here that I've mixed fairly thin, and I have a bottle of Noodler's Blue Black ink that I'm going to use today. So you can use any fluid. You may need to tinker with it to get it to the right consistency. So I think the best place to start is with something that's in a pad, because that way you can get the right sort of tension to pull the string out. So I like mixed media papers. I'm going to use this smaller sized one today just so that we can keep it in the shot. And the first thing you do is lay your string on the paper, and I'm just going to do sort of an S curve. Close your paper, put a lot of pressure on this. I always do this standing, and I'm going to pull, and maybe you can hear it's making a squeaking noise, and that's the kind of pressure that you want to keep on it. And what happens is you actually get two. You get a mirror image of each other. And now I would normally let that dry completely, and you can see out here in the wind on a crisp spring day in Canada that it's drying fairly quickly. And now I'm going to add some blue. You know, when you do demos you never get your best work, but this one I'm going to do with sort of that little knot pattern. Close it, and I'm actually going to pull the other direction just to see what I get. So the wonderful thing about this is you don't have a lot of control, and you just sort of get what you get. This paper's not taking as crisp an image as I'd like, but I think when that dries there'll be some interesting things to work with. I'm just going to set that aside. The other thing I really like to do this on is paper in old books. My top tip for this is to remember what page you're on, because you'll have trouble finding it after you pull the string out. So I'm on page 189 here. You can tell I've already pulled some out of this book because that's page 180. And I'm just going to do a really quick one with the blue string. So old books, again, you know, some of the paper is really ideal for this, some isn't, and you don't know until you try. Well, those will be fun to play with. You can see that as the ink settles into the paper, I've got this really nice sort of fountainy effect happening. A little bit darker here. I love the little jagged edges. No two are going to be the same, and all you have to do is experiment. I will warn you, it is somewhat addictive.